That's my kind of game on Wednesday night. Pitching, defense, great plays. Had you at the edge of your seat watching that game last night as the Red Sox take the series from the Rays with a 1-0 win, winning 2 of 3 and finishing the road trip 3-3. Welcome to another edition of Red Sox Now. I'm your host, Mike Antonellis, here on YouTube, one of the radio and TV broadcasters for the Worcester Red Sox, who were snowed out, by the way, on Wednesday in Rochester, New York. Make sure to comment, subscribe, and like this channel. More likes, more comments, the algorithm. You know the deal. You know what we're striving to do. The Red Sox, I don't think we're striving for a game like that. Will Middlebrooks and Will Fleming on the post-game show said, if you would have told me last night would have been a 12-10 game, you'd believe it. Why? The ball flies out of that park. The dimensions are a lot like Yankee Stadium, but with that warm air, baseballs fly. And the Red Sox were just terrific in that 1-0 win. I like that Alex Cora took Newcomb out in the fifth inning. You know, I think Newcomb would be the first to agree with you. You're doing what's best for the team. 71 pitches, 44 strikes. His best start. I thought he was terrific. His cutter was really good last night. 4 hits over 4 2/3, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. And you had a dangerous right-handed hitter at the plate. It's not worth it. And Weissert was unbelievable, struck out 3 of the 4 outs. And again, we're going to get to this. Whitlock, Slayton, just filthy. Think about this. You didn't see this in years past. Former Yankees or even farmhands on the Red Sox. Weissert, Whitlock, Narvaez, all former Yankee farmhands. And Refsnyder, too, on the Red Sox. But 3 of those guys participating last night. But I think Garrett Whitlock is going to go down as maybe top 10 Rule 5 pick ever. I mean, the stuff he has is ridiculous, and Slayton throwing that 86-mile-an-hour curveball was unbelievable. How about the lone run? And we'll get to that as we progress here on Red Sox Now. So I want to talk about this. The bullpen was nails, fanning 9 batters. You know, many are going to say, yeah, they won 1-0, but we need more runs. Not me. I think the NFL and Major League Baseball is similar in terms of things in the postseason look completely different, right? Patrick Mahomes, if you put quarterbacks on the Mount Rushmore, I mean, I'm a Tom Brady guy here in New England. I think Patrick Mahomes is pretty darn close. What happened in last year's Super Bowl? He had no chance. When the Giants had a good front seven against Brady twice, Brady had no chance. Doesn't matter how good the quarterback is. That's offense. Front seven can destroy any offensive line, which we saw in the Super Bowl last year. Pitching can destroy any lineup. So if you're built a certain way, you know, sometimes you hear people say, boy, this team's built for a postseason, right? You got to look at the identity of what the Red Sox could be when Hendricks comes back. And I don't think I have seen this for a Red Sox team. When you have setup guys, they can't all do what Chapman does. Daniel Bard, I think, was terrific in the 8th inning, but they had reservations about him closing. A lot of teams have done that. Oh, this guy's great in the 8th. They put him in the 9th, and it doesn't work. I don't feel that with Whitlock, Slayton, and definitely Chapman. Slayton was ridiculous last night. That 86-mile-an-hour curve, throw a 98. But those 2 guys, Whitlock and Slayton, do you fear when they're out there? I don't. They're calm. The stuff is, though, off the charts. And that's a big reason why they're the way they are. But they can handle that last inning. 2 Rule 5 picks, by the way, Slayton and Whitlock. Not bad. But do you remember a Red Sox team or, you know, and listen, I do follow Major League Baseball, and I could be wrong on this. You're going to have 4 closers, 4 legit arms with stuff off the charts. That changes the dynamic of your club. It really does. And if Weissert, who has a 2.08 ERA, and Zach Kelly, who throws 98, and Bernardino, I mean, that's a pretty darn good 7. But if you put Weissert in that mix, is if he's the guy that's going to come out before those 4, and all 4 might not pitch on the same night, that's pretty damn good. So your offensive expectations are different. You definitely want to have a great defense with pitching like that. But I said this in the offseason. I think that's the 4 best relievers in the game. Trust-wise, stuff-wise, experience-wise, that is ridiculous. And it's very undersold. I don't hear anybody talking about it. Getting one closer can be impossible. You have 4 legit lockdown closing options. That's absurd. And it changes everything. It really does. Now, certainly things have to lead up to that, but having 4 options is ridiculous. You won a 1-0 game last night without using Chapman. That's pretty darn good. I'm really excited about this. I've beat this horse over and over, but pitching for me is everything. But this is incredible. 9 strikeouts for the bullpen last night. How great was this? David Hamilton's barely played. Guys in the big leagues, guys and gals, when you don't play every day, you can't. It's hard to hit. It's hard in the minor leagues. Think about it in the big leagues. Yeah, his average is not where he wants it to be. He got a fastball last night, which Zach Littell got through last night, which was very bizarre. If you looked at his splits, he throws about 65% slider sinker. His fastball he barely uses. Lou Merloni said he was throwing his fastball more because the Red Sox have struggled against fastballs. But he throws 91 to 93. And the ball that Hamilton hit was 92 up and in, 107 off the bat. The Red Sox had about 3 or 4 outs that were 106 to 107 on his fastball. Now, he got through it. He threw strikes and he got loud outs. But I'm not sure that's like the great plan in the world. If you throw 91, 92, you stick with what works. And it did work for him. I mean, he did get through it, but Lou Merloni was even a little puzzled. And it's weird to see a guy splits pitching that kind of crazy with throwing his slider. I mean, he threw a lot of batters, 3 straight sliders, but give it up for David Hamilton. I mean, former Woosok, great guy, went to the University of Texas, the Hunter Renfroe deal, and he is the guy that provides a lone run. Isn't this why we love baseball? 1-0. Everybody was Wednesday was a TBA, and then Newcomb goes in last minute, and unbelievable. Looks like now we know there's a day off today. It looks like Hunter Dobbins will possibly start on Friday because the Red Sox are getting healthy. I want to first point out, you need to just Google Liam Hendriks. He rented food trucks last night at Duncan Park in Hartford, Connecticut, where the Portland Sea Dogs were playing and where he was rehabbing. He rented food trucks for the players of both teams and the game day staff, front office staff of the Yargoats. I mean, amazing. He bought a coffee barista for the Woosocks clubhouse. That's, in case you don't know, let you in, peek behind the curtain. A lot of people do know this, but when the major leaguers go to the minor league teams, they are obligated to buy the spread, as they call it. And I could tell you off the bat, I mean, I was thinking of doing this thread on social media, getting all the minor league broadcasters to tell us their favorite spreads as a minor league broadcaster from big league guys. I remember 2 right off the bat. John Smoltz bought Cheesecake Factory in Manchester, New Hampshire for about 150 people, where everyone could get 2 or 3 plates because he just gave the clubhouse guy, who knows, thousands of dollars. Mike Cameron in Portland, Maine had it must have been 6 or 7 platters of sushi, and we were going on the road that day. See, I remember. And you don't forget that stuff. It's really nice that the big league guys do that, and they're getting creative now. So I say all this because there were 2 big league rehabs last night in Hartford for the Portland Sea Dogs. And with Dobbins pitching Friday, there is there's speculation out there by a lot of writers who are connected, and they've reported this, that Brian Bayo made his last start with Portland last night. 4 1/3, fan 7, gave up 4 runs. But again, you don't want big league pitchers down there trying to get outs like it's a big league game. 51 of 71 pitchers strikes, comes out healthy. Looks like he will pitch Tuesday at Fenway. Liam Hendriks went 1 scoreless with a walk and a strikeout, and he will be back soon. So that is good stuff. As a Red Sox, you're going to add Brian Bayo. Again, we are underselling this. The team is 10-10. I get it. But your identity is swinging, I think, more towards a dominant pitching staff bullpen-wise, and let's see what Brian Bayo is. He's a guy that has that upside as an ace. Not a bad guy to get back. And, to have him maybe after Crochet, and let's see if Houck can get going, and you get some more guys back. Giolito, I think 1 or 2 more starts. But I like getting arms back, and it should be fun. Off day, Red Sox are back at it against the White Sox at Fenway Park, and, of course, they play on Monday, which people here call it Marathon Day. It is, but it's also Patriots Day. We want to honor our history here. Thank you for watching another edition of Red Sox Now. We ask you for the like, subscribe, comment, and have a great Thursday. I'm Mike Antonellis. Talk to you soon.